Helldivers 2 is succeeding because of a few very simple things that we're going to cover in today's video. I finally joined the cause and picked up Helldivers 2. You can thank Kevin Kulex for convincing me to spread democracy throughout the galaxy with him. This game is legit, and really I wanted to wait. I didn't want to pick it up because there's so many of these flash in the pan style games that blow up huge, crazy Steam numbers, and then everybody moves on within a few weeks. Pal World comes to mind, even though it's still doing very well. And so I wanted to at least give it a few weeks before I threw down the $40 to check it out. And honestly, I am glad I did. For my Halo viewers, this is basically ODST the game. This is what Firefight could be, and Arrowhead Game Studios have really killed it here. Let's start with that price point. I think one of the reasons that the game is doing so well is it's not a $70 game. It is $40, and while that still is a very, it's a price point you have to consider. It's not one of those things that you can just throw 10 bucks at. If you actually start to look at the monetization within the game itself, it's a pretty easy buy in my opinion. That was my main apprehension point, is spending that money. Most of my viewers, you get the cost of living challenges. You're in college, you're out of college, you're working. It is so expensive right now, and you have to be very careful with where you spend not just your money, but your time. In Helldivers 2, you can earn the in-game currency, like the real store currency, as well as the Battle Pass currency, just by playing the game. It's extremely generous, and honestly, the CEO of Arrowhead has been very vocal about having to earn the right to monetize their game. It's been so antithetical to everything that you're seeing in the AAA space, and it's so generous. Let's say you do want to go and buy something in that microtransaction shop. They're actually the price of microtransactions. You're not talking $20 for a skin, you're talking $2.50. It is a breath of fresh air, and it's also not a game I'm probably ever going to spend $1 more in because of that premium price tag. It is the old school methodology where what you pay for is full of value, and you can go out and experience a game that's just a lot of fun. The second reason is because it's such a focused experience, everything in the game is built around fun. The whole universe is simulated. Everything is physics-based. You can have grenades pop off of the back of your teammate's head, come back, and blow you up.
Oh, no! Oh my gosh. I don't even, what happened?
I killed you too.
This is why there's so much viral clip potential happening right now. The sandbox and the environment lend itself to these ridiculously funny moments where maybe you get blown up by your own sentry gun or a teammate's mortar emplacement. It's amazing. And I think there's a lot to be said right now for games that have a realistic scope. The developers go after the experience that they want to see. Many people have been asking, will PvP ever be added to Helldivers? And the answer has been no, because they don't want any toxicity like that in the game. It's a PvE first game, and they're going to honor that crowd and that vision, which I think is just great. Rewind the clocks back, BattleBit Remastered came out last year, and I think it's a very similar story. A fun, focused experience where they knew the audience that they were trying to deliver the game for. It came at an affordable price point, it didn't nickel and dime you, and it was a ton of fun. Now, Helldivers 2, I really don't see it keeping this lightning in a bottle momentum that it has for 6 months. It's going to be a very popular, successful game, but you're probably going to not have these Steam concurrent numbers for the long term moving forward. But that doesn't necessarily matter. If you've got some friends who are playing this game and it looks fun, I can highly recommend it. This is easily like one of the best shooter games we've gotten in a long time. But you also have to be interested in what is at play here, which is a very fun PvE focused experience, a lot of unlocks that you get to go and purchase, so you get to customize your playstyle, and then plenty of different enemy types. And what I think is so unique here, because I played a lot of Warframe, and this game reminds me in some ways of Warframe, from the star chart to the actual ship and how you move about in the universe. But Helldivers does it in such a unique way, and it may be subtle, but there's a sense of community in everything that you do. When you pull up that star chart, you get to move into a system and you see the percentage of it that you have spread democracy to. And so everybody is working together on these objectives to spread democracy throughout the galaxy. And so you'll fly to one of these planets and then you'll see all of these other, dropships from different squads and players. You can see people dropping into missions, stratagems being called from orbit, and it gives this sense that you are working towards this unified, bigger goal as a community. And the amount of community events that they could do, Super Earth shows one of those percentage bars where maybe we're going to see, one of these enemy factions push in and start to take Super Earth, and we're all going to have to unify to push them back out to the outer edges of the galaxy. And I don't know many games that have been able to thematically unite you with a larger community all within the same setting of the game, and it's not something that you actually think about. You just experience. It's there. It's just so brilliant. Honestly, I think it is a great idea, and I hope developers in these other franchises we enjoy are taking note. I'm a big Monster Hunter player. I love Monster Hunter, and this honestly reminds me a tiny bit of that chill, cooperative fun that you can have. You hop in, you throw down for 30 minutes, you get your XP, you get some samples, you feel like you've made progress, and oh yeah, the gameplay itself is super fun. They've intentionally made the gunplay very heavy. So as you move your crosshair, you have a secondary crosshair that shows where the actual trajectory of your shots are going. Because if you're lifting and moving a big, heavy, machine gun, it's not going to be snapping around the way you can in Call of Duty. Part of that, fun is because there's weight, and the experience feels a little bit janky. It's a little bit challenging to move your character around, and it's executed just extremely well. Like I said, I've been holding off on picking up Helldivers 2. I've very much been in the spot of locking down the amount of games that I buy and that I play, because time is limited and money is super limited. And I wanted to share with you all today, I think Helldivers 2 is a freaking awesome experience. I think if you are deterred by the $40, absolutely wait for a sale, wait for the game to come down in price, because it's only going to continue to improve. For that $40, no doubt, well worth it. The experiences, the time I'm able to put into this thing, a ton of fun. And it's so nice to see. I feel like we've gone through so many years of just the AAA monotony, and these, AA and indie studios are getting their time in the sun. If you have any questions about the experience itself, definitely let me know in the comments. And also, if you're playing Helldivers 2, let me know what you're thinking of the game down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like the video, subscribe for more, and we will see you again very soon.